Okay, testing, 1 2 1 2 testing. Okay, hey guys, what's up? How's it going? So as you can see by the title, we're just gonna be reading through Proverbs. I woke up today with just thinking about Proverbs 2. And so we're just gonna read through Proverbs 2 and talk about it. So let's go for it. Just gonna jump straight into it. Also, sorry, if you're new to this channel, hey, what's up? I'm Iris. I'm a missionary with a ministry called Christafari. I'm a bassist, I dance, I sing, I nanny, and I'm also a homeschool teacher for the daughter of Mark and Avion. I don't think I've ever introduced myself like that on this channel, but here we are doing that. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in to this video, and I pray that this channel honestly just blesses you, that this video blesses you, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like this video because it will help me so very much. And I'm just wanting to be obedient to what the Lord has called me to do regarding this channel and what he wants for the future of this channel. So anyway, let's get into it and let's go. Okay, so Proverbs 2, it goes on to say, and I have the CSB version, by the way. So, my son, if you accept my words and store up my commands within you, listening closely to wisdom and directing your heart to understanding. Furthermore, if you call out to insight and lift your voice to understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it like hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up success for the upright. He is a shield for those who live with integrity, so that he may guard the paths of justice and protect the way of his faithful followers. Then you will understand righteousness, justice, and integrity, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will delight you. Okay, guys, let's stop right there. Let's talk about this. So, it's basically talking about wisdom's worth, right? It's talking about what is the goodness and the just why should we even value wisdom, right? And so in verse 4, it says, if you seek it like silver and search for it like hidden treasure, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and discover the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. So those verses, guys, reminds me of, so there's a verse in Jeremiah where it says, if you seek me, you will find me if you seek me with all your heart. And that is so true. And then in James, it talks about drawing close to God, drawing near to God, and he will draw near to you. And literally, Jesus is wisdom. He will give wisdom to those who ask for it, right? And so also in James, it talks about wisdom and asking for wisdom. So if you are literally wanting wisdom today, or wanting to know which direction to go in life, or wanting to know what is the Lord's will for your life, literally ask God for wisdom on even taking a step today and what it is he has called you to do. Or if you don't know what he's called you to do, you can literally just ask him, God, what is the wisdom that you want to give me today? And what does that look like? And maybe the first step is just obedience to him and just reading his word and getting to know him, know who he is, so you can know your identity in him. And so it says in verse 6, for the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. So that just reminds me of James, where it talks about, if you ask for wisdom, he will give to all generously, right? So if you ask for wisdom, the Lord will give it to us. So let's go to James really quick, guys, and just talk about it. So in James 1:5, it says, now if any of you lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives to all generously and ungrudgingly, and it will be given him, right? So if you ask for wisdom, y'all, like, the Lord is so generous, and he, like, the thing is, the Lord doesn't want to, like, withhold good things from his people, right? He doesn't want to withhold himself from you. You just have to want him, and he will give it to you, right? He will give you wisdom. He will give you understanding and knowledge and all the things, but you have to want him. So let's go back to Proverbs 2. Let's go. So verse 7, I really like this. He stores up success for the upright. He is a shield for those who live with integrity. So guys, again, like, if you are delighting yourself in the Lord, if you are literally like abiding under the shadow of the Almighty, living in his wing, right? The Lord, it literally says this is a promise. He is a shield for those who live with integrity. If you are living with him, if you are just abiding in Jesus, he will protect you. He will guard you. He will guard your mouth. He will guard your mind. He will guard your heart. And also he will direct your steps. And that's just beautiful. Like, I love that. And then in verse 8, so that he may guard the paths of justice and protect the way of his faithful followers. So the Lord wants to protect us. He wants to guard us. He wants to literally like keep us from misstepping. But even if we do misstep, he is there to help us and to pick us up, right? And to just like to help us, right? And so God is just so good. Then you will understand righteousness, justice, and integrity, every good path. For wisdom will enter your heart, verse 10, and knowledge will delight you. Verse 11, discretion will watch over you, and understanding will guard you. It will rescue you from the way of evil, from anyone who says perverse things, from those who abandon the right paths, to walk in ways of darkness, from those who enjoy doing evil and celebrate perversion, whose paths are crooked and whose ways are devious. So it's saying that the Lord will protect those who are his, right? And so let's go back. Verse 10, for wisdom will enter your heart and knowledge will delight you, right? Verse 11, discretion will watch over you and understanding will guard you. It will rescue you from the way of evil. So understanding and discretion will rescue you from the way of evil. Verse 13, from those who abandon the right paths, so from the wrong crowd, right? Bad company corrupts good character, right? Bad company corrupts good character. Abandon the right paths, to walk in the ways of darkness, from those who enjoy doing evil and celebrate perversion. So it's saying the Lord will rescue you from the way of evil. He will rescue you from those that say perverse things. He will rescue you and watch over you and guard you from those who abandon the right paths. If you are delighting in him and if you want his knowledge and his wisdom, right? He is a success. In verse 7, he stores up success for the upright. He is a shield for those with integrity. So those who want him, this is only a promise for those who are actually seeking and want the Father and want Jesus, right? This is only a promise for his followers, right? And so verse 14, from those who enjoy doing evil and celebrate perversion, he's a shield to those. Verse 15, whose paths are crooked, whose ways are devious. Verse 16, it will rescue you from a forbidden woman, from a wayward woman with her flattering talk, who abandons the companion of her youth and forgets the covenant of her God. For her house sinks down to death, and her ways to the land of the departed spirits. None return who go with her, none reach the paths of life. So follow the way of the good, and keep to the paths of the righteous. For the upright will inhabit the land, and those of integrity will remain in it. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the treacherous ripped out of it. So y'all, so good. Just, it's literally just so good. You know what? Let's just go down to Proverbs 3. Why not? Let's do Proverbs 3, 1 through 12. So, it says in verse 1, my son, don't forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commands, for they will bring you many days, a full life and well-being. Never let loyalty and faithfulness leave you. Tie them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will find favor and high regard with God and people. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Everyone knows this verse, right? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And do not rely or lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him or know him, and he will make your paths straight. Don't be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. This will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first produce of your entire harvest. Then your barns will be completely filled, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Do not despise the Lord's instruction, my son, and do not loathe his discipline. For the Lord disciplines the one he loves, just as a father disciplines the son in whom he delights. So guys, again, it's just saying, like, keep wisdom around your neck. seek after it like silver, like gold. What does that mean? That means if you, let's say, lose a $5,000 check in your house, right? You don't know where you put it, you don't know where it is, and your rent is due tomorrow, right? And your rent is like that check has your rent money on it, and you have to literally get that money in your bank account by midnight, or else you will lose the house because you've been missing payments, right? So let's just say this is just made up story. And to find that check, what will you do? You will literally turn your house upside down just to find that $5,000 check. Why? Because it's valuable. Why? Because you know you need it to continue to live inside of your house, right? Because you know you need it to be okay, to have somewhere to live, to be underneath something, to be protected by what? Being homeless, right? And so that's the same way, but even more so with the Lord. He wants us to seek Him. And when we seek Him, we will find Him. Sometimes we're like, well, God isn't showing up, or God isn't doing this, or God isn't doing that. Maybe it's that you're not seeking after Him. Maybe it's that we're not literally putting our all into seeking after Him. Maybe we're not even drawing near to the Lord. Maybe we're saying we're drawing near to Him, and we just throw up like a prayer here or there, and we think that that's seeking Him. No, like God wants us to seek after Him with everything that we are, guys, so that He can give us what it is we are to inherit as His kids, honestly, as God's children. And so verses 5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. In all your ways know Him, and He will make your path straight. That's literally just trusting God with everything that you are. Many people say, like, follow your heart, do what your heart desires, and all the things. The heart is wicked and deceiving above all. Like, the heart sometimes will deceive you, honestly. And so it says trust in the Lord with all your heart. So trust in the Lord with all your heart, guys. Let's do that. And then in all your ways know Him, and He will make your path straight. So even with this video and this YouTube channel, guys, like, I'm just like, Lord, you know what? You do what you want to do with this channel. You do what you want to do with this YouTube channel, with my social media platforms, all the things. Because honestly, quite frankly, this is not just my channel, this is the Lord's channel, and He's just allowing me to steward over this, and He's given this to me to be able to speak out and just speak out what it is He's shared with me, you know. Verse 7, don't be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Literally, guys, like, sometimes most of the time I can be wise in my own eyes. I can think that I know what's best, I know what's good, I know what's the right way, I know this, I know that, right? My pride gets in the way. But it says, don't be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. The Lord wants us to fear Him. The beginning of wisdom is fear, or what is it? Let's just go. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Yeah, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, and fools despise wisdom and discipline. Yeah. So let's keep going. So it says, don't be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Verse 8, this will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. Y'all, that's good if I've ever seen good. Like, this will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones if you're not wise in your own eyes. And if you are fearing the Lord and turning away from evil, this will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. So if we just fear the Lord, put down our pride, take up our cross, and follow Him, we will have healing for our bodies and strengthening for our bones. I'm signing up for that. I don't know about y'all, but I'm signing up for that. Verse 9, it says, honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first produce of your harvest. Then your barns will be completely filled and your vats will overflow with new wine. Basically, all of that, guys, I believe that's just talking about just giving the Lord what it is you have, right? So let's say you make $1,000 a month. It talks about giving the Lord, just giving to the Lord, tithing to the church, right? The 10% that we owe the Lord, that we are to give to Him. And then on top of that, being a cheerful giver, like giving to the needy, giving to the poor, giving to those that ask, right? Giving to the beggars, right? And so the Lord has called us to a higher standard, because we are not of this world. We are just passing through, honestly. And the kingdom of heaven is righteousness, peace, and joy in the Holy Spirit. So righteousness, we do what is right. Peace, we are to be the peacemakers of this earth. Righteousness, peace, and joy, we are to have the joy of the Lord and be filled with his joy constantly, right? Sometimes, like, circumstances don't cause for that, right? It causes for sadness or grief or whatever. But even in those emotions that are not quote unquote like happy or joyful, like, we are still to give those emotions and those feelings and those circumstances to the Lord and trust him that he will bring it to pass. Like, he will help us. He will help us through it, right? So verse 11, do not despise the Lord's instruction, my son, and do not loathe his discipline. For the Lord disciplines the one he loves, just as a father disciplines the son in whom he delights. So yeah, that's where we'll end today, guys. If you guys really do enjoy this, reading the word and just talking about it and getting in the word together, let me know, and I can continue doing this pretty frequently, or try to at least. But yeah, I'm just asking God what does he want for this channel, and I'm just wanting to be obedient to him. Sometimes I don't post because I don't know exactly what to talk about, and today I just thought, you know what, I woke up hearing Proverbs 2, and I felt like the Holy Spirit was speaking Proverbs 2 to me, and so I'm like, you know what, let's just read it on the YouTube channel, and let's just like share it with those that will watch this. So again, I hope this has blessed you guys. If you have any questions or comments, or even want to encourage one another in the comment section, please feel free to do that. Again, I want this channel to really be like a community of believers where we're uplifting each other and encouraging one another, edifying one another. And also for those who don't know Jesus, like, I want this channel to also be for those to just get information, not even information, but to understand and know the love of God and the love of Jesus, and what it means to be a child of God, right? Like, what does that mean, you know? And so maybe that'll be the next video. What does it mean to be a child of God? So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I pray it blessed you, and I hope you guys have a good day. Anyway, all right, guys, go out, love people, love God, first and foremost, love God, love people. But love you guys, and talk to you in the next one. Peace.